time we talked, you said this would be the season of answers, and we got some answers, but now we have more questions. So the main one I get is Allison actually alive, and are we going to get an answer to that?
You are going to get an answer.
Is that coming in this Halloween episode, or is it in the next part of the season?
You're going to get an answer sooner rather than later.
You're getting some very, very, very big answers.
I think it's a game-changing episode. By the end, hold on, just hold on, buckle your seatbelts. It isn't so much about what dead bodies we find. Well, I shouldn't say that. It is about what dead body we find. No, there's a dead body. There's a dead body that's going to surprise you in this one. And I would say, it's an episode 2 where the girls are out of their element. They're not in Rosewood. They're in Ravenswood, where different rules apply, where the supernatural is very much a part of this town. Rosewood's pretty grounded in its own corrupt cops and liars, but we've never really said it was a place of ghosts or, of haunted. It just isn't a haunted place. This is.
It's, in addition to it being scarier and bigger, there are some huge emotional revelations that we find out in this episode. So it's not just about scary, it's about, oh my gosh, this episode of Pretty Little Liars changes the course of the show, changes the direction we're going in.
That's coming up the second half of Pretty Little Liars this season.
I think there's some wonderful relationship stories. I think there's some great family stories. I think you're going to be surprised by who Mona hooks up with, because it's somebody in our cast who you'll never expect. Mona has a love connection, and we don't know if it's sincere or not, but there's a love connection coming up for Mona.
Character that we've met already?
Oh, yes. You know him well. There's a great, fun episode that Joe wrote that's going to be black and white. That's a nod to film noir. It's all black and white episode. It's really cool. It's beautiful. There's, I've got 4 girls in bridal gowns that I'm directing tomorrow. Our second from last episode has 4 girls in veils and gowns. So is it going to be a quadruple wedding? You'll see. One of them's a little bloody and muddy, too. I should mention that.
And the other big question is, what's in the future for Ezra and Arya? Can you tease how that relationship's going to go?
That's always been the most difficult relationship on the show. It's going to be stressed. It's in a very tentative place right now. The audience knows things that Arya doesn't know, or the audience thinks they know things that Arya doesn't know.
There's some great storylines coming up. I think the Ezra one will blow your mind. When you find out the details of what you saw in the finale, you'll be really, wow.
So we're learning more of his motives?
Oh, yes, yeah.
And did you always know from the beginning of the season that that's who you were going to have be A?
I think we've always... There are 2 ways to answer it. And I think we always knew who was responsible for some of the actions, some of the things we're taking. So we know who's been doing A's things. Our sense of who A is in our mind, we've watched it evolve, but at any given moment we do know exactly who's responsible for what.
There might even be more someone higher up than him that's...
It seems to me there are an awful lot of people doing an awful lot of things in this show. Mona is gifted, but I don't know how she moved around in those heels. It's hard to move around. We do know, oddly enough, yes, we actually do know, but I'm not going to tell you everything.
And it seems like there's a lot of new characters that are coming on. At least I've seen some pictures on Instagram that imply that there's some new guys coming to Rosewood. So can you tease anything about these new characters?
We're very excited about some of the new guys that are coming into the show. Some of them are mystery based, some of them are just hottie based, some of them are just fun story based. But they're great. We love them as people, and we love their characters on the show. So it's fun and exciting.
Well, you're also getting people who are going to be developed more, like Travis, who you met in the last season, the mechanic, he gets Ashley off. So Travis becomes a part of Hannah's life, and it's a very sweet story between the two. It's a lovely friendship that develops between them.
Is there any chance of seeing some come back? Like, I know we brought Mike back. Is Jason going to come back?
Yes, Jason is coming back. He was at the table read today for...
Hi, Mar.
Hi, my God, you made it. I'm so happy. Did Lisa come with you?
Lisa?
You know Ashley Benson.
I'd say hi.
Pretty Little Liars.
I have to go do this.
All right, goodbye.
I love that relationship, too, that you have with your cast.
Oh, I do too. She's my cast and my neighbor. I can't get rid of her.
We obviously have Pretty Little Liars and Ravenswood. What is it that's going to make them distinct? I know there's a supernatural factor, but why will fans love each one?
I think they have not the same sensibilities because we wanted to tell different kinds of stories, and it does have the fact that the supernatural stories allow us to be scarier in a different way, scarier closer to what we've been doing in the Halloween specials. That actually, I think, was the request from ABC Family was, can you do more of what you do at Halloween on a regular basis, which has turned out to be a challenge. These things are elaborate.
I think, it's a dense history in that show, and we've got great mythology. And again, the 5 kids are going to discover a lot pretty quickly, but it's confounding to them because these 5 strangers are linked by something that may have happened over 100 years ago, and they don't know what. Their fates are very much in question. How to undo what might have already been done is a big question.
So one reason people should tune into Ravenswood.
It's just any Pretty Little Liars fan is going to love Ravenswood. I have no doubt in my mind that it's just such a fun extension of a show that we did such a great job of establishing. We're so proud of Pretty Little Liars, and we're equally as proud as Ravenswood. It's really fun to bring people together, to bring this new crew together, bring this new cast together, to make this new family, and we just want to share that with our Pretty Little Liars family.